So what brought you to Balance Physical Therapy in the first place?
So what brought me to Balance? I was very wrongly under the impression that you couldn't get physical therapy unless you had surgery or an injury or a stroke or something, but I found out it's not true, so I started to have back problems because of scoliosis and balance issues, and I got assigned to Joey Mello, and then I understood that physical therapy is a completely different kind of experience, and he's especially kind and thoughtful, and I love him, and he explains all the mechanics, and he makes me do really hard stuff I would never do by myself, and it helps because I felt really kind of futile. Being old, aging really has its own prices to pay. So Joey, and then I've done some work with Arash, and also let's see, Renee and Sarah briefly, and I just think they must somehow hand-pick people to be really nice to physical therapists. I mean, I know you have to have a fancy degree, but I'm just so pleased with how much work they get out of me and how really genuinely nice people they are. Really very touched by all of them.
Awesome to hear. And how's your quality of life gone after?
What a good question.
That's a great question.
Well, that's a very good question. So I sometimes feel like it's futile because I'm just trying to fight aging, and it's only going, the time's only going in one direction. But I found that over time, if I do what I'm supposed to do, that I'm more mindful of things like my posture, or the way I stand, or the strength in my legs, and that's from just doing enough exercises repeatedly that your body remembers. So it has an overall long-term effect that has improved my confidence in walking, things like that.
Oh, so good to hear.
I'm smiling again.
Even through the mask. Now, speaking of masks,
Yeah.
how do you feel Balance Physical Therapy has adapted a protocol for this whole pandemic, COVID-19? How do you
Yes.
feel, if you do feel comfortable in this environment? In your opinion,
Well, I'm a good one to ask because I'm a medical person, so I work at least part-time with patients, and you have to think about sterilization and cleanliness things, and so I find that they clean everything down, they keep apart, people wear masks. It's hard to wear a mask when you're exercising, but I always feel completely safe in here. I never have a question that I'm going to be exposed unnecessarily to anything.
And do you think anything can be improved on that, in that matter?
Wow, another good question. I never feel like it's too congested in here. If there were more people in here at one time, then I start to feel oogy, but there's always plenty of space between who's ever helping, who's ever working, and the patients. I think it's timed really well.
Awesome.